Yeah, they did the where they line up, and then they wanted to see what we were doing at first. So and then they adjusted off of that. We also just had to make adjustments. Had to see what they were trying to do. They were trying to bait. It seemed like me and the other linebacker, me and Kyrie, in on the runs, and then hitting a quick out to the three. So we just made little adjustments, so that we could set ourselves up in the right place in the right time. So.
Cardon Johnson, you're back on the field here after missing last year. What did the first half feel like to you?
Oh, it was amazing. You got to give all the credit to the O-line. They executed up front. We did a great job with the play calling and everything, so it was a great feeling.
Brad, you often get credit to a lot of other people around you. What did you see from your position? You held the ball, seemed to go through your progressions quite often. What were you seeing at the line of scrimmage and downfield today?
Oh, we did a great job all week just preparing. Our coaches put us in a great position to kind of know what they was going to do. And all night long, I had guys like Cardon and the O-line just kind of leading the way, and I was just kind of out there assisting the ball to my receivers, and so that was fun.
Cardon, was there nerves before that first carry? Did you know you were getting the ball?
Oh, the first carry, yes, sir. It was a lot of nerves. Just building up to the game, first college game. So, I mean, it was really nerve-wracking. But after I got in the flow of things, it was coming back to me.
I'm guessing that play was probably scripted, guys. Did you?
Oh yeah, we worked on it. We worked on it a lot in practice. So,
yeah. Did you know exactly what to do? Right steps and everything.
Yeah.
Screw it up. Yeah. What have the last 2 years been like? Just not being on the field and kind of waiting for this moment. What was that like for you?
The last 2 years, I was just going through mental toughness. I really just had to, get back in the flow of things. I know being off the field, it would make me stronger, make me get in the playbook more. So it made me improve my game a lot, being off the field. So I feel like that's what made me come out today and execute how I did.
Yeah, I guess when you jogged out there, did it all come back? It was kind of natural to
it felt natural. After a few plays, it felt really natural.
Yeah. That you guys in the offense, just going along with that, were you excited to see Cardon get that opportunity?
Absolutely. I don't even know if Cardon knows this, but I was just emotional in the pregame because I knew that he was coming back, and I knew the struggles that he'd been through the last 2 years. So I'm just happy that we all are happy that he's back, and certainly you was able to see the performance today. So.
Cardon, missing last year with the injury. What were your expectations when you came on the field for today? Did you expect to come out 125 yards and a touchdown?
No, sir. I was just, I was just really getting prepared. I didn't know what to expect. Coming up in practice and in camp, I was just really focused, and I wanted to make a good impression when I came back this year.
Cardon wrote that, you guys got a 7 or 12 yards of offense scoring up here. Just talk about that. What's it feel like to have 7 yards scoring?
It just shows the type of camp that we had, the type of preparation that we put in all the way from spring ball, putting pieces together, bringing guys like Aaron Stinney, the O-line. We got Matt Frank. That's a new starter for us up front. So just putting the pieces together and just executing. And I think that we went at it all camp against our defense, and obviously they put a great performance on. So it's hard to run the ball against them and even to throw the ball. So I feel like that we go against the best competition that allow us to have success on Saturdays.
Gage, just talk about the defensive line. What do you feel like you guys did?
It felt good. I felt like we were playing fast out there. That's one of the main things that we were focusing on. Play fast, but play focused. Be able to just go out there and play ball. For the first game, we're always going to have our little problems and stuff like that, but we also have our positives. So we got to go back, watch the film, fix up the stuff that we did, but then we got to also look at what we did well and then enhance it. So.
Was there some things at halftime that the defensive team talked about
Just the adjustments, pretty much. We focus on coming out in the second half, and the first two drives, both on offense and defense, is a big key thing that we focus on. We want to come out and make a statement, like I said, just making the little adjustments that we have to, based off of what they're trying to do to us, and we gotta adjust to them. So.
Dad, could you see how that score right before half and the first score out of the locker room in the second half, how important those were to you and the team?
It's important. I think that's why Coach Withers like to defer when we win the toss to get our defense to set a tone, and so we can get the ball back in the second half and just go down there and score, because it set a demeanor and set a standard for the rest of the game. And it was very important that we scored and just keeping drives alive. I thought we did a great job doing that on the third. We had a couple of third and longs that we shouldn't have been in, but we was able to get out of it.
Bad new offensive coordinator, new guy in your ear, I guess, on the sideline. How'd it go? Game one, it seemed.
Oh, it went well. Yeah, it went really smooth. It went great. Coach Elliott did a great job calling plays, and the communication level with me and him is great. I can suggest some plays, and he pretty much let me play, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, Cardon, I know you're good buddies with Khalid. Kind of a 1-2 punch there, tailback looked like today. How fun is that to come on the sideline and kind of have that thing go with Khalid?
It's really fun. Once two of us go in, one of us come out, it's exciting to see him. And when he go out there, he perform well, and then I go back in and perform well. To just get each other ready to go, and it was a good feeling tonight. Yeah,
to see where you guys have come from, I know you're friends way back. To see where you guys are now, both kind of carrying the load of this offense today, what is that like to all the time that's gone by since?
Man, this is great, man. It's a really great feeling. Both of us coming from a young age, still together, being able to play on the collegiate level, it's fantastic. And I know we got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. They really pushed today, and that's how we succeeded today.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, those guys coming together. I mean, offensive line-wise, couple new starters. I guess, did you find out about those guys today?
Yeah, definitely. I've been new about those guys, but it was able to just come together all at one time today in a game setting where everybody's kind of locked in and focused. In practice, you kind of, you don't know, but they performed well today, and they did a great job.
Yeah, Gage, I know they're naturally a pass-heavy team, but to turn them, hold them to 52 rushing yards.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that's
how did you guys do it? I guess
that's one of the things we focus on as a defense. Stopping the run, making one-dimensional. That's what basically we focus on.
Yeah, I guess how did you do it? Did you feel like you did anything different than you were last year or anything?
We prepared for it very well. We're watching film more. We sit there, as a whole, the whole defense, watching the tendencies, finding out what they're going to do, and then, just making sure we're crisp in practice, on fitting our run gaps and stuff like that, but also knowing what to do on the passing game. So.
Yeah, was Coach Cisa, did you feel like that was smooth, like they had the new offense?
Oh, it's very smooth. He's a very knowledgeable man about the defense. And, I think he did a great job tonight with the calls and stuff like that. So I think it all went pretty crisp.
Gage, so many people have questions about how this defense would respond losing so many pieces in the offseason. How do you feel the team responded, and do you feel like you guys proved the doubters wrong?
Yeah, it's when you lose important people, you got the next people are up. You gotta take the job, and you gotta do it just as good or even better. And I feel like the defense did really well tonight. They came out, we were playing hard, and that's all we can ask for. And like I said, we'll make our we'll fix everything, and then it'll go good from there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, some pretty good insight there from some of the football Dukes, Gage Steele and Cardon Johnson, who has been a long time coming for him to have a ball game like this today. But he has certainly, it was interesting that he said, he used that time, although it's certainly easy to get impatient, but he used it to become better in all aspects of the game, mentally as well as physically.
Yeah, that's the, guys just, especially at that age, are so competitive, you just want to play, and maybe that hunger is part of it too. Not only just the time to develop, but the hunger to want to get back on the field. He showed that tonight, and I'm excited to see what else he can do the rest of the season.
Well, it did show a good 1-2 punch there between the two Newport News guys. And the Dukes also discovered Blaine Stewart as a running back, which was also pretty fun this evening. Mike Pryor might be the next running back for the Dukes if you get ball games like that. He's still over there tweeting and doing all the social media things for the Dukes right now. Yep, actually he's doing a selfie with us in the background. And it looks like Coach has joined us now.
Any serious injuries that would keep anybody out. I thought as far as mechanics and things on the sideline, I thought things went pretty well for our team on the sideline as far as, we didn't have 12 on the field or 10 on the field. We didn't run into any of that situation. I thought the kids handled themselves in a lot of different situations well. So, there's a lot of boxes you can check off for the first ball game. I don't like 9 penalties. Don't like that. But for a first ball game, pretty pleased. Hopefully we can make enough of the jump from game 1 to game 2 that you need to make to be a good football program. Hopefully we can do that this week in practice.
Coach Everett,
thank you.
You talked about being run heavy in the preseason, 60 rushes, 366. You certainly had 3 rushes over 100 yards. Just a comment on just being run heavy.
Well, we feel like we've got a number of guys that can run the ball, and we didn't run them all tonight. Taylor Woods was a little bit nicked up, so we didn't run him very much tonight. We didn't want to run him at all. So we've got a number of guys that can run the ball. We wanted to, we want to be able to run the football first. That's the thing we want to be able to do. So when you're having success, and I think our tempo helps us to run the football. So that's kind of our goal. If we can run the football, it opens up a lot of other areas to have success in our offense. So obviously we have to be able to do that first.
How did you feel your O-line held up in the fast-paced action, the rotating people in and the play of their offensive line?
Good. I think there's some things we can continue to correct and get better at. The first ball game's always that tough one, man. You really don't know. And I thought the guys handled themselves. We saw a bunch of blitzes tonight. We saw a bunch of just 11 guys at the line of scrimmage a lot of times blitzing. And, that's hard when you say when I'm on the headphones saying run the ball, and there's 11 guys standing there. It's kind of hard for an offense, But I thought our guys handled it well, there's some things we can correct, but again, I check a box off, and I felt like we did some good things. We can correct some things, and now we're ready to move on to phase 2.
Morehead's a lot of receivers seemed to hurt you in the first half. Seemed to be with Gage at linebacker and then strong safety. But you seem to make adjustments with how that coverage was going. Can you explain what they were doing to you?
It was just really inside zone or zone read with an option to read to Mike linebacker. Mike linebacker plays a run, throw the pass. If he plays a pass, run it. It's that simple. It's that simple. And there are some things. That's a good offense. It's a good offense. It's not a heavy. Going to beat you down the field offense, so you have to be disciplined and patient. And I felt like we were tonight. I felt like we gave up some plays, but I felt like we were disciplined enough to it's hard to go 90 yards, 80 yards and put it in the end zone. They turned it over some tonight because of that. And that's something that's going to happen when you play that kind of offense. So we made some adjustments in the second half, played a little bit better. I thought overall our mechanics on defense were good. We didn't tackle well. And we were a little bit soft in coverage at times, but other than that, I was, pretty pleased. There's some young guys on defense, man, will be really good, really, really good. And I can't wait till we get them enough snaps where they can, really know how to play college football.
Thank you. Everett, Cardon getting that first carry, I guess, pretty excited to get him out there in the actual game. What was that like to see him succeed tonight?
Well, I know he's been around here a while now, and he's been hurt. It's just, I'm a Cardon Johnson fan. I've always been since the day I got here. So really proud of the way he's handled himself through the adversity, and then now as opportunity goes. So we want to keep taking care of him. I feel like we've got 2. I really think we've got 3 really good running backs. So we're going, we want them at the end of the year. So we're going to run them and split the carries, and I say split the carries. We're going to not wear a guy out. We feel like we got enough good guys.
Yeah, getting him in that first carry, was that a planned thing, or was that a read, or did you want to give him the first carry?
I think it was a read.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the play was 13, which is a read of the defensive end. So.
Yeah.
getting him back in your offense, just his pure skill, what does he add to you guys? Does he add an element?
He's I mean, if you watch those guys tonight, and you know, no disrespect to anybody, those are dudes, man. Those two guys can run it, you know. And you add Vad to that. You add, you know, when we get Taylor back, healthy, we add him. I mean, that's what you want in your backfield. You want some guys that can run the ball, and Trey Sharp, when Trey Sharp gets healthy. So he adds a ton, man, because he's strong, he's physical, he can get the tough inside run yardage, and he can get on the edge. So we're excited about having him back, and hopefully we can continue to grow his role in our offense.
To run for 366, but 100 a piece from three different guys, I mean, how nice is that to see? It's not all just one guy. I mean, I know that's your offense, but still just having the versatility.
Well, I mean, again, it's again, when you sit down and you draw up this offense, you hope to be able to do that. You hope to be able to do, and you're not going to do it every week, and we know that. But to be able to have the production we had tonight in the first ball game was good to see. Again, we got some things we can correct. We could have been a lot better tonight. I mean, we really could have been in a lot of ways. But we'll continue to grow, and hopefully we can get better and not turn the ball over and not give the ball up on fourth down, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, last offensive thing had a bad hope tonight. I know he's got expectations, but do you have a pretty good game?
I thought he did. I thought other than throwing the pick in the end zone, that was probably the most negative play I've seen of him. But other than throwing the pick.
It's got been with the touchdown there in the first half, and then getting going there at the beginning of the second half as well. Kind of pull away.
Well, I mean, we wanted to score right there before half. There were some situations in the ball game that we wanted to try to manage, and one of them was that 2 minute at the end of the half. We wanted to try to get 6. We didn't want to kick a field goal. In fact, if we would have had to kick a field goal, we would have gone Mayday field goals just so we can get that situation worked. We were going to let it go down as far as we can go and then run our field goal team on there just so we can get some work. So always getting the points at the end of the half is a positive. And then we always talk about in our locker room at halftime, the first 2 series on both sides of the ball are the second half. And to score and to stop people is what you want to do. That usually turns the game. If you score at the beginning of the second half and you stop people, you usually have a chance of going to win the game. So we felt like that was kind of a mission for us.
Coach, what do you think it's like for opposing defenses coming in and watching film and trying to defend 3 serious threats in the run game?
Well, I mean, I know, I see it every day. Our defense sees it every day. It's tough. It's tough. And let me say this. I think we all forget about it. You don't do this unless you have an offensive line that can block and can protect and do the thing. So we're going to go as far as our offensive line takes us. Those 3 guys can't do the things they do unless our offensive line takes us there. So I always start with those guys up front. So it's good to have that. It's good to put this on tape so people have to go prepare for it. But we got to get better too. We got some things we got to clean up.
What would you say was your edge today? Sorry.
What's that?
What was your edge today?
I think our edge was, we talked all week about discipline. We talked a lot about discipline. I'm disappointed in the penalties. So our edge was, I think we did some things. We didn't have a lot of the stupid things that happened to, the penalties are stupid, but we didn't have, a lot of, 12 guys on the field. We didn't, get a punt block because we didn't protect the right gap. We didn't do those things today. So, like I said, those are the things that we did not want to come to the game and come out of here and say we got to, we got to fix a bunch of stuff. We can fix the penalties. We can fix the tackles, missed tackles. We can fix those things. So it's always good to win a game and have a lot of stuff to work on and go back on tomorrow and start working on it.
Helps you throw the run defense, the 52 yards rushing.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things we wanted to shore up and get better at. I think we held them to 252 total offense on 70 plays. So, that's a pretty good night. And they were 5 of 15 on third down. So, again, there was a lot of positives tonight on defense. There was a lot more than probably the average person in this room thinks, but there were a lot of positives. I saw some things tonight that I did not see last year. And I saw some kids. I saw some kids be able to come to the sideline and tell us exactly what happened, and to be able to do that and get it fixed to me was important. And obviously we had some young guys go in the game and play well. So I saw a lot of positives. The run defense was good. We can even be better. If we tackle better, I think we'll be better. So again, it gives us the opportunity to go back tomorrow and go to practice and work.
Coach, if you just want to talk about the offensive efficiency, looking at this, you actually had less time of possession, but you ran 20 more plays, almost 500 more yards. Is that how did that kind of meet your expectations for the game?
That's our offense. If you watched any one of our games last year, I don't know how many times we won time of possession. We go real fast. If we go real fast, we're not going to keep it very long. That's our objective. Our objective is to score. When we want to slow it down, we'll slow it down purposely. But we're not trying to. And again, we can go a lot faster. We can go a lot faster. We didn't go nearly as fast as we could. We can. We got to continue to work that. So, time of possession has no meaning to me. There's none.
Coach, you said about having a lot of freshmen. You're not afraid to play freshmen if they're ready to go. You saw a lot of them tonight.
Yep.
Thoughts about what you're seeing in their eyes before the ball game and during?
Well, guys, and I'll talk about them. Guys like Curtis Oliver going the game. I mean, he's been playing this game a long time. Really kind of calm. I mean, he comes from a really good program. So, I mean, he's played in some big games. Rashad Robinson going to the game and playing well. We had a bunch of guys. Dimitri Holloway. I mean, he could be really good. I'm telling you. And I'm bragging on these guys because I look at the future of JMU football and I look at those guys and I go, wow. I mean, Brandon Herford and Dimitri Holloway lining up at linebacker in the future. So I'm really excited about these young guys, and they're hungry and they're good kids. I told you I love this football team. I love the kids on this football team, not because they're good football players, because they're good kids. They just happen to be able to play football really good.
One of the receivers said when he compared you guys to last year on defense, you look more versatile. Can you speak to that? Do you feel like you're more versatile on that side of the ball?
We have more athletic guys. We're better athletically than we ever were last year. I mean, we have the capability of doing different things on defense, but we're more athletic, and probably more in the back seven. We've got more capability back there to do some things. So. Yeah, I do think we're versatile. We're not as experienced, but we're more versatile.
Yeah. The one drive, Dominique looked like he had a couple explosive plays. And
yeah.
Was it nice to get into the groove of the
yeah.
defense there for a little bit?
No, he's got a lot of big playability about him, and we just got to keep growing him in our offense. And I think he'll continue to grow. He's a competitor now. He's a competitor. He's going to go up and get the ball if it's in the air. Camp. And I expected no less of what he did tonight. I mean, to catch the ball and drag two guys in the end zone. I mean, he's going to be a good football player. He already is. He's going to be even better.
Yeah, I guess last thing you find a kickoff guy, Tyler Gray looks like the guy.
Yeah, he's, we're still going to work Ryan there, but, we wanted to give Ryan, we don't want to overload Ryan, and Tyler's got a strong leg, and he can do it. We don't want the ball kicked in the end zone. We don't want touchbacks. So he got to take some of it off. But he's a talented young man.